Hi everybody. So I wanted to show you the difference between right after I get done with a first render and then going into the next render. So I have now decided that I'm going to do 2 wet renders and then I will start dry rendering after that. I just feel like, for me at least, it gets me a better purity of my beef tallow. So what I'm going to show you guys is that how easily this still breaks apart. Like, this chunk came off in my hands, and of course now it's not going to do it. Of course it's not. But it does pull apart and chunk apart much easier than after I've rendered it a few times. And it crumbles really easy. So, and the reason why is because if you look at this, it's very gritty, right? It's still got a little bit of a yellow tinge to it, and it's very, very gritty. It's not necessarily soft. Of course, this has been in the freezer, so of course it's not going to be soft. But, so that might be it's probably another reason why it's not breaking like it normally does. But, because I keep my first renders in the freezer until I'm ready to use it again. So, but I'm chopping this up because I'm going to wet render it again one more time before I start my dry rendering. And the dry rendering, the wet render is to get most of the impurities out. The dry rendering is more for getting all of the water out of your tallow. And the more you can do that, the more impurities and water you can get out of your tallow, the less likely you are to have it smell like beef or to go bad very quickly. So if you can get this super, super pure with no impurities left in it at all, your tallow cream will last for a good year, at least, on your counter or in your bathroom or whatever. So now, the only time that you really need to get it that pure is if you're going to use it for skincare. If you're just cooking with it, you only really need to do it once, render it down once just to get the impurities out of it, like the pieces, the chunks of beef and things like that, just in case there are any in there. Otherwise, if you're frying chicken or something, you're going to end up with little bits of beef in it. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys, obviously, the difference between, this is after just a first rendering. Like I said, I've had this frozen, so it's going to be a little more solid than normal anyway, but, and how easily it actually comes apart when it's still got impurities and water in it. So anyway, just a quick little tidbit about rendering your tallow. So anyway, I'm going to put some water and salt in this, let it wet render again for probably about 4 hours, and then we'll cool it again and start our dry rendering.